This is the MRCOOL 24,000 BTU 5th Gen ductless mini split in white. The indoor air handler has a clean, low-profile face that's about 40 inches wide and slim from the wall, with a simple light strip and a subtle logo. The outdoor condenser is compact with rounded edges and a straightforward grille. Nothing flashy, just a modern, unobtrusive look that blends in. I've used this system for 6 months to cool and heat a roughly 950 square feet open living area with decent insulation and tall ceilings. From my experience, the two biggest questions are, can a regular homeowner install it, and does it actually keep a big room comfortable without wrecking the electric bill? Here's what I've learned in this video. Installation first. MRCOOL's Quick Connect line set is the reason I bought it. The refrigerant is pre-charged in the lines, so there's no vacuum pump or gauges involved. You attach the lines with torque wrench accuracy, open the valves, and the refrigerant flows. That part works as advertised. It removed the scariest step for a DIYer. It did not make the whole project easy though. I treated it like a weekend project. I set a pad for the condenser, drilled a 3.5-inch hole for the lines and drain, mounted the wall bracket, ran the 230-volt circuit to a disconnect, and weather sealed everything. The 25 feet line set is generous. I had extra, which meant carefully coiling it in a wide horizontal loop to avoid kinking the copper. That took patience. The unit is heavy enough that you want a second pair of hands when you hang the indoor unit. The manuals get you most of the way there, but they read a bit generic. I leaned on a couple user-made videos to visualize tricky steps, like bundling the line set and getting a drip loop on the condensate hose. In my opinion, if you're comfortable with basic electrical, drilling, sealing, and following torque specs, you can get this done with care. If not, hire an electrician for the circuit and take your time with the rest. Key features that mattered to me after install: the 22.7 SEER 2 efficiency, the variable speed DC inverter compressor, the dehumidifier mode, and the SmartHVAC app with voice control. SEER 2 is the updated efficiency metric for cooling. Higher means better efficiency. This unit is ENERGY STAR certified, and that showed up in my bills. Cooling my space through warm spells dropped my summer electricity cost compared to a pair of older window units I retired. The inverter compressor ramps up and down smoothly instead of just blasting on and off, so temperatures stay steady and noise is lower. The dehumidify mode quietly pulls moisture without overcooling the room, which is great on sticky days. The app is simple. Turn the system on and off, set temps, change modes, and set schedules. I linked it with Alexa and Google Assistant. Voice commands are handy when walking in with arms full of groceries. The Follow Me feature on the remote uses the remote's temperature sensor, so the system targets the spot where I'm actually sitting. It's a small thing that makes it feel smarter. Performance has been strong. This is a 24,000 BTU system, rated for about 800 to 1,050 square feet. And that lines up with what I see. On a hot afternoon in the 90s, it dropped my space by more than 15 degrees in under an hour and held set point comfortably. It's quiet too. The indoor unit is whispery at low fan speeds, and even on high it's just a soft rush of air. The outdoor unit hums but doesn't drone the way older condensers do. It's easy to tune it out. Heating performance through the shoulder seasons was solid and comfortable. HSPF 9.5 isn't a top-of-the-line heat pump number, but for my climate it was fine. If you're in a very cold area and want to rely on heat all winter, plan your expectations or consider a backup heat source for extreme nights. The small stuff matters. Sleep mode tapers temperature changes at night so it doesn't blast cold air at 2 a.m. The louver swing covers a wide arc. I can push air across the room, not just down the wall. The indoor unit displays the set temperature subtly. I turned off the display light at night to keep the room dark. The filter pops out easily from the top sash for quick cleaning, which I've been doing monthly. That helps airflow and keeps it quiet. I used a line set cover kit outside to tidy the look and protect the lines from sun and weather. If you care about clean curb appeal, it's worth the extra spend. Not everything is rosy. The do-it-in-an-hour expectation isn't realistic, and the printed guide feels like it covers multiple models, so you'll find steps that don't perfectly match your unit. I had to slow down and double-check the indoor-to-outdoor communication cable mapping to make sure the terminals matched on both ends. The hardware kit is decent, but I supplied my own masonry anchors for a block wall, and I'm glad I did. Also, torque matters. If you skip a torque wrench and just feel it, you risk leaks at the flares. That's the kind of mistake that cancels out the whole DIY advantage. Reliability after 6 months has been good. No error codes, no weird noises, and the app connection has stayed stable on my network. That said, I read the warranty details closely. It's a 5-year parts and 7-year compressor warranty, and in my opinion, you should treat that as parts coverage only. Labor is on you. If you want a guarantee that includes a pro coming to your house to diagnose and swap parts, a professionally installed system with a parts and labor plan might be a better fit. I'm okay with that trade-off, because I'm willing to replace a control board or a fan motor if it comes to it, but not everyone wants that responsibility. I also made a small list of local HVAC techs who are open to working on homeowner-installed mini-splits, just in case. It's better to know who will help before you need the help. It's perfect for a single large room, a loft, a workshop, or an open-plan living and kitchen area where running ducts is expensive or impossible. From my experience, if your space is at the top end of the size range and has big windows or sun exposure, give some thought to blinds, shading, and ceiling. Mini-splits are efficient, but they're still fighting the physics of heat gain. Sizing charts assume reasonable insulation and air sealing. If your room is leaky or the roof bakes, don't be surprised if it runs hard on peak afternoons. I'd recommend this for confident DIYers who can handle a dedicated 230-volt circuit, precise torque on flare fittings, weatherproof ceiling, and a clean condensate drain. If that sentence made you uneasy, there's no shame in hiring an electrician for the circuit and a handy friend to help with the lift and the line set routing. If you're renting or you want a set-it-and-forget-it system with guaranteed local service, you may be happier paying more upfront for a pro install from a brand your nearby dealers support. In my opinion, the value is excellent if you match what this unit is best at: efficient comfort for a big single zone, quiet operation, and modern controls you can actually use. I appreciate that I can pre-cool the space on my phone before I get home, and I like that the inverter keeps the temperature steady without blasts of cold air. Energy savings are real, and the sound levels are easy to live with. A few quick owner tips that helped me: keep the drain line pitched downward with a gentle loop so it doesn't trap water. Wipe the indoor coil access area when you clean the filters. A little dust there adds up. Use the dry mode on humid days, not just cool. And if you have extra line length, take the time to create a roomy coil with protection behind the condenser. Tight bends are the enemy. In conclusion, this MRCOOL DIY-24K 5th Gen has delivered what I hoped for over 6 months. Strong cooling, useful heat in the shoulder seasons, low noise, and lower bills compared to my old setup. The DIY promise is real, but it asks for patience, the right tools, and respect for the details. If that sounds like you, it's a smart buy. If you want someone else to own the risks and the wrenching, factor labor and service into your total budget and choose accordingly. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and drop your questions or your experience in the comments. Thank you for watching.